Robin sir connected with me. What happened? I was conducting the class and he joined and his camera was off and I was conducting. I did not select him in starting because he joined at late. So I was
Yeah.
talking and I selected him to speak. He was speaking and at that time I got to know about Robinson. And he was saying to me, Shivam, like you are doing really nice. And this is one of the greatest way as people can learn. And it has been around more than 1 year. I know Robinson, and he's a really nice person. I suppose.
Yeah. Well, you're providing a public square for people to practice, to practice speaking English, and it's so important to have that. You're doing it because it's helping you, but you are also helping other people, and
Right.
so it has a kind of, um, I don't know, like a kind of cyclical nature to it where, you're improving and the other students are improving and you're all working together towards a common goal. And I bet it feels good, right? To do that class. It makes you feel
I
good, right?
right. This is the one kind of volunteer works I should say. I'm unpaid there, but I'm learning so many things because I have interacted with so many people like politicians, uh,
Wow.
like cops, and army officers. Do you know what? When I was learning, it was the starting of mine. So they are one soldier of India, and I was teaching him. I did
Yeah.
not think in my entire life I will be teaching any soldier in my life. So
Well,
it was a bigness. I was
maybe
teaching us.
maybe you're going to get a movie star pretty soon.
My goodness. But I love this way, like making videos, teaching a student. I feel so happy.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's great.
Yeah. By the way, I was watching your YouTube channel and I found your videos there. Means their podcast, and you were sharing some of the stories, how to deliver stories, how to write stories, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to share about that? Means how did you start your YouTube journey? When did you think to start it? And how are you doing now?
Yeah, so the truth is I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. I do the YouTube as a hobby. What I am is a podcaster. I love podcasts, just listening, not visual. I'm more comfortable, behind a microphone, not a camera, I don't like the camera.
I was in some of videos you were not visible. Means you have posted one of the images or posters, and
Yeah.
behind that like there was banner and all. Like I was not able to recognize who was there, but when I scrolled your channel, then I got to know about you. Yeah, your face is there. Means you are the one who is running the channel.
Yeah, I mean, I have made a lot of videos. I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I realized I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster. That's what I love to do. So I'm really focusing on my podcast, which is called the A to Z English Podcast. And we do a new podcast episode every day. And so if your viewers are riding the bus, you can just put in the earphones and listen to the podcast, and it's good listening. It will help you improve your pronunciation, your comprehension skills. I do have a YouTube channel with Robin called English Wordmaster, and so I do have another YouTube channel, and then I have my YouTube channel, which is the A to Z English Podcast YouTube channel. But mostly,
Mm-hmm.
I just upload my podcast. So if you want to listen on YouTube, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube.
Hmm. I was listening, and I would suggest everyone to watch and listen your podcast because the way you were elaborating the things, that was nice. Amazed.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love to listen to podcasts. I'm a big fan of podcasting. So it's really fun for me to make a podcast. It's really a privilege.
Okay. Would you like to share some of the channels of podcast which you listen? Your lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of like American politics podcasts. So one is called The Majority Report. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. So I listen to Sword and Scale, and True Crime Junkie, and a lot of different true crime. So politics and true crime. Those are my two genres that I love.
Okay,
Yeah.
means enjoying learning each and everything is there.
Um,
Like you information about America, politics,
yeah,
many
no,
things, many
no. For my podcast, we try to keep the topics a little bit more simple. So I might, yeah. So
means
for my podcast, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
whatever you're listening, like you're listening some of the other podcasts. So I'm
Hmm.
talking about those. Whenever you're
Oh,
watching the podcast, so you're not only listening, you're learning so many things, and that thing I suggest everyone.
100%, 100%. I mean, the one downside is I used to read a lot of books, but now I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I don't read as much as I should. But I love listening to podcasts, and I learn so much. I really learn a lot, and so I love it. I love listening to podcasts. And a long time ago, before humans wrote books, when we were just hunter gatherers, we would sit around the fire and we would tell stories. So it's a very primal kind of art form. Like it's the art of telling stories, of storytelling. And I love it. I love storytelling.
Hmm. And actually, as you were saying, you were the reader and you are the reader. I was also one of the readers. And believe me, in 1 month, I used to complete one book.
Yeah.
I used to read like that because I have one of the like serious. Yeah, at the time I used to think, yeah, I will learn. So I had a lot of focus. But
Yeah.
now it's going bit down. But still, I should say I'm a reader because I'm
Good for
divided
you.
with some. Because now in advanced era I'm doing some of the other things, means YouTube channel is going and I'm teaching, I'm learning, and my academics, so many things I'm doing, so I'm not able to get the time to read about my interest, because my interest is in novels, means to
Right.
stories, so these kind of things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and watching your podcast, in that podcast you were suggesting some of the things about reading, means if we are reading, we are not only reading, we are grabbing the comprehension skills, we are improving our spelling errors, like we are decreasing the errors in spelling, and we can be good reader. Like there are so many things. Would you like to highlight a few things from there?
Yeah, if you want to build your vocabulary, which is what a lot of English language learners want to increase their vocabulary. One of the best ways to do that is by reading, because reading is you're gonna learn more words. You're gonna add more words into your lexicon, and that's going to give you more. It's kind of like a painter. The more you read, the more colors you have to choose from. And the more vibrant your speech will become. If you don't like to read, you can listen, but reading is just such a good way to increase your vocabulary. So I highly recommend reading for students, just even a little bit every day, if you want to improve your vocabulary. And like you said, spelling is, if you want to be a good speller, you have to read. Students who are poor spellers, they listen to the word, but they've never seen the word, so they don't know how to spell it. I don't really care about spelling that much with my students. I don't, if you're now you have spell check, on computers, and so you don't need to be a good speller anymore. But it's, you know, if you want to look smart, you you want to spell correctly, but learning new vocabulary words is really important, and that's what reading can help you with.
Actually, sometimes we have to use notepad also, like which we use registers and all. So at that
Yes.
time we need, whenever we are going to exam hall, means their technology is not there, means sometimes we
Right.
have to write on notepad physically. So at that time, the importance of reading, spelling, we get to know.
Right. If you make a lot of mistakes and then you give that test to the teacher, the professor is not going to be impressed if you have a lot of spelling errors, right?
You are one of the professors, and you're sharing your things if I'm not getting wrong. Do you know, in India, if you are preparing for exam, English is really important. I should say must.
Yeah.
If you are making more than 4 errors in one page, it means you are making so many errors.
Really?
In
More
one,
than four? One page?
if, if in whole one page you are making 4 errors, only 4 errors, you're not gonna select at all.
Right. Oh,
Like,
that's very similar to Korea, South Korea.
mm,
That test is very, very competitive, just like that. Yeah.
mm,
Wow.
actually, like reading is something. Reading, I was reading one of the lines and I was getting from there what was written there. If you read, that phrase in reading is one of the exercise for your mind. It relaxes your mind.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was thinking, and I got to know, yeah, this is totally true. Because when I am reading, I'm learning, I'm thinking, and I have one more idea to think. Means, yeah, it can be the way for doing the
Yeah.
things.
Yes, yes. I agree. The more when you're reading, you're doing more thinking, you're doing deeper thinking, your conversation is better with other people, you have something to talk about. It's just reading really is so important. So important.